Hi, my name is Colton. I'm with the Homes by Taper Customer Care Department. And in this video, we're going to be going over the educational portion of our new home orientations that we do with every buyer with every home. Starting off in the kitchen, the first thing that we're going to want to do in this portion is test all the appliances. You've got your dishwasher, your range, your oven, and then the microwave over here. So the first thing that we do at every education is initially just test the appliances. Once we've done that, we verify that everything is working properly, then we'll start showing you some of the different components that we have in the kitchen. The first of which that we'll go over is going to be your kitchen sink. So we have a variety of faucets that we're using, but most of them have the same functions. A few different spray settings here, and the hose is going to be retractable. Over here to the right is a little button that operates your garbage disposal. Now we want all of our buyers to know just how things are hooked up underneath this sink right here. So the first thing that we'll point out is going to be a power outlet. Sometimes these are on the bottom of the cabinet, sometimes these are mounted on the side. They serve the same purpose. Plugged into the top is always going to be the dishwasher. Plugged into the bottom is the air pressure operated hose that allows the power to go to the garbage disposal. So whenever homeowners are stowing cleaning supplies for the first time, occasionally they can knock something loose right here. This is how you're going to want to set it up should this ever become unplugged. And additionally, you will have a couple J-hook cleanouts underneath here that you can access and remove by hand. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to want to take a look at is going to be your ice maker line right here. Whether you're hooking up your refrigerator yourself or having a technician do it, it's always a good rule of thumb to put a bucket in front of this and flush it out for about 10 to 15 seconds or so. This just ensures that whenever you do hook up your refrigerator, you're not going to have any sediment from the city's water supply line that end up in your first batch of ice. The second thing I want to point out on this wall right here is going to be a GFI outlet. So in our homes, we have GFI outlets located on the backsplashes of the kitchen, the backsplashes of the bathroom, and then you'll have a GFI designated for your jetted tub in the master bath, as well as your washer and dryer in the utility room. If you are purchasing a home south of I-40, all of the breakers are going to be, or all of the GFIs are going to be in the breaker box. So you will not see these outlets in your home if you are purchasing one south of I-40. Next thing I want to point out in the kitchen is going to be your gas shutoff valve. So in our home, as we're going through the first portion, or the first education portion here, we show you guys your shutoffs. So you have one overall water shutoff for the entire home, and then you have individual gas shutoffs next to each gas appliance. The first gas appliance that we're going to look at today is going to be your range. This will be the only gas appliance in the kitchen. The shutoff for the range is always either to the right or to the left in the base cabinet. In this case, it's going to be in the right. The same rule of thumb applies to every shutoff that we show you, in that the direction of the valve, if it is parallel or in the same direction of the supply line, it's going to be open. Giving it a 90-degree turn to perpendicular will cut that off for you. These are only accessible for emergencies should you be experiencing a leak of some kind. The next thing we'll look at is going to be your vent hood right here. This vents directly out into the roof. There are two settings, low and high. Low you can barely hear, and high is pretty loud. It's a good rule of thumb if you're cooking something that is putting off a high amount of steam to leave that running for at least 15 minutes after you are done cooking, just to keep the air circulating through your kitchen. All of your appliances in the kitchen will be under a manufacturer's warranty through Frigid Air. The only exclusion to that is going to be the microwave. Should you experience a warranty issue with the microwave, do send that to us at Homes by Taper. Otherwise, should you have any issues with your range, oven, or dishwasher, you will want to direct those to Frigid Air. A couple things I do want to point out to you on the oven here. On the bottom, and it can be hard to see unless you're looking at it from the right angle, but it says do not use foil on bottom. What it means by that, you can still wrap trays with it, wrap food with it, cook with it as you normally would. You just don't want to line the bottom with a layer of it. Some people do that as a cleaning preventative in older ovens. There is a heating element on the bottom of this oven, and it can essentially suck the foil down to the bottom, and ruin the finish of your oven if you do that. So there is a self-clean function on these ovens that heat up to between 700 and 800 degrees. It will fully disintegrate anything that is in there, and you can just sweep it right out the bottom. Whenever you do engage that self-clean function, make sure you remove your racks. It will not damage anything, but it will turn your racks a nice copper color. Moving over here to your dishwasher, the main rule of thumb with your dishwasher that we want you guys to know is if you are using the heated dry function, make sure that you're using rinse save right here. There should be a small bottle that comes with your dishwasher. It will be in one of the drawers in the kitchen. A little bit goes miles, but ever since we upgraded to this style of dishwasher, the vast majority of the warranty claims that we've received have had to do with the heated dry function, and all of those have been resolved with the rinse aid. Moving on from the kitchen, the next thing that we're going to want to take a look at is going to be your fireplace in the living room. This fireplace is 100% operated by a switch right here. It's going to be on the wall in the living room. This is a low voltage switch, so if your street or your neighborhood is experiencing a power outage, you will still be able to turn this fireplace on. Now, the first thing you see right here is your gas key. This is the means of shutting the gas on and off. We have had some homeowners think this is a means of adjusting the flame, but it is purely for the purpose of engaging it on and off, all the way one direction or all the way the other. In this portion, we are going over your gas shutoffs. So we do have an additional gas shutoff for the fireplace. No reason to expect any gas leaks in these areas, but should you be experiencing them, if you were to have a gas leak on the fireplace and you're not sure exactly where you put your gas key, there is a valve underneath here. It is red, kind of tucked towards the back, but this just means that you will always have a means of shutting off the gas even if you don't have your gas key right here. Now this is a still burning pilot light fireplace, so our inspectors tell us they are both energy efficient and safe, meaning that you can leave the pilot light on year round and you're not going to notice a difference on your gas bill. There are also two safety sensors on these fireplaces. So the first one is a gas sensor. Should there be a gas leak in this area, it will cut off the flame so that there is no chance of anything igniting. Additionally, there is an exhaust vent on the other side of this wall. We do have strong directional winds in Oklahoma. Occasionally those can blow out your pilot light from the outside. If that does happen, it will cut off the emission of gas so that it's not flowing into your home whenever the pilot light is not burning. The only scenarios in which you as the homeowner would need to restart your fireplace pilot light is if A, you turn it off yourself for your own self-assurance if you're leaving for a long period of time. You don't need to do that, but you can. The second reason would be if it does get blown out by a strong directional wind. If that does happen, it's very easy to restart. It's essentially the same as a tank hot water heater. So you've got your pilot light right here. Just flip it over to pilot and push it in. And you got your igniter over here to the right. So with the pilot light pushed in, go ahead and engage that igniter. It'll make a loud clicking noise. Let the flame get going for about 10 seconds or so, and then flip it over to on with your left hand there. Next up, we have your security panel. It is very user friendly. It is a touch screen. In the top right corner here, first thing that pulls up is going to be Integrated's contact information. Once you move in and get your Wi-Fi set up, we recommend giving Integrated a call. They will come out, they'll help you set up your panel, they will install a camera doorbell for you, and then that will also come with 6 months of free monitoring service. In the middle tab right here, from the top right corner, there is a page of tutorial videos for all of the panel's functions. Next up, we're going to be taking a look at what some of us at Homes by Taper refer to affectionately as the smart closet. The smart closet location varies. More often than not, it will be located in the closet closest to the front door. But it does vary floor plan to floor plan. Sometimes they can be located in either the hall closet or the study closet as well. But we call it the smart closet just because we try to put as many components as possible in one spot, out of sight, out of mind. So the first thing that we want to point out here is this white panel. That is where your phone, internet, cable lines, and your security system is hardwired to. The only component that you might need to access yourself as the homeowner behind there is going to be the battery backup for your smoke detectors. In our homes, the smoke detectors are part of the security system. They do not have 9-volt batteries, so instead of having that chirping going on, your security panel will give you a notification letting you know that it's time to change out that battery. This panel is very easily removable. Just a screwdriver will do it. The battery that's behind there is a 4 to 6 year battery. You can purchase them at Batteries Plus or any electronics store. Below that panel is going to be your main water shutoff. So far we've gone over 2 of your gas shutoffs. This right here is your water shutoff, so there's only one for the entire home. We'll leave that accessible for our homeowners in the event that you are experiencing a leak. You always have a means of shutting the water off. That way you're not waiting on a plumber or technician to come out and you're taking on water damage the entire time. Above that is your outlets for your modems and routers, so we place those strategically to where you're not going to have connectivity issues anywhere in the home. Again, the idea behind this closet is that everything is out of sight, out of mind. After we're done with the inside portion of the education, what we're going to do is move to the garage and then end in the attic. So first thing in the garage that we're going to look at is going to be your storm shelter right here. Now the easiest means of opening the storm shelter is going to be this peg right here. You use that to push down the latch and slide it open. Now inside you have some removable steps and then some benches wrapped in carpet down here. Once you are inside, you can move these to make things a little bit more comfortable for you. From the inside, the latch is open with this handle right here. So the same latch has a handle on the bottom that you can use to open it from within. There are a couple different ways that you can register these storm shelters. The first being to go into okc.gov. The second would be to contact your local fire department. In the event of a natural disaster, if they can't get a hold of you, they're going to come make sure they don't need to come let you out of your storm shelter. Next in the garage, we have your breaker box. It should be pretty simple. We try to keep everything clearly labeled so that there is no question if you have a breaker tripping somewhere, which one it is. Now, whenever you have one that is tripping, make sure that whenever you reset it, you always want to go all the way off and then back on. During the orientation, we test your sprinklers. Now, we have an in-depth tutorial video on your sprinkler system. It goes over watering settings, winterization process. You can access that by either our YouTube channel or going to homesbytaper.com, clicking contact, and then going to the customer care page. In order to test the sprinklers during your orientation, this can be achieved by going over to manual test and picking an increment of time. You generally do 1 minute. And once you flip it over to run, it's going to run each zone one by one for 1 minute, giving us an accurate display of how the sprinkler system is performing. Other than monitoring your zone run times, making sure your yard looks good, the only thing that you have to do as the customer to maintain your sprinkler system is winterize it whenever we get to below freezing temperatures. Now on the panel, all you have to do to winterize it is flip it to system off. If it's in the system off setting, the sprinkler system will not come on. Now these panels do have a battery backup, but they likely will not last all winter, so we do recommend leaving it plugged in throughout the winter, even whenever the sprinkler system is not on. If you do unplug it, it is just likely that you will have to start from scratch with your sprinkler watering settings whenever you come back to it. After you flip the system off right here, there are 3 valves in the hot water heater closet in the garage that you're going to want to engage as well. The location of these valves may vary. It may be a little higher up on the wall, it may be on the left side of the hot water heater, it may be on the right side, but they all should look pretty similar. There's going to be 2 green valves and 1 white valve on the bottom. Whenever you're turning it off, you always want to start with the bottom and then move across to the green ones right here. Same rule of thumb applies with all of our shutoff valves. Flipping them to perpendicular is going to be putting them in the off position. This is just a precaution that we urge all of our homeowners to take whenever we get to below freezing temperatures in the winter. Whenever you go to flip it back on, you'll just reverse the order. Start with the small green valves, open those back up, and then the white valve last. Also in this closet is going to be your tankless hot water heater. The tankless hot water heaters, they are endless hot water. They are not instant hot water. So the fixtures that are further away from the hot water heater will have a little bit more cold water to pump out until you get to that hot water. This can take up to 1.5 to 2 minutes. That is a normal heating time for your hot water. As this is one of your gas appliances, there is also a gas shutoff right here. So this is your 3rd gas shutoff. If you pull into your garage, you notice a gas aroma. you'll want to cut that off right there. First of two things that we're going to take a look at in your attic is going to be where to change out your air filter. You can open up this door just by pulling down and then out. This is where your air filter is located. You'll want to change this out every 3 months. You'll have 2 to 3 return vents located in your home. That's where you'd normally put those thin filters. In our homes with the new home air purification system, you want to make sure to leave those return vents empty. This is the only filter in the home that you'll want to change. You can purchase these filters either at Lock Supply, or a lot of our homeowners get them on Amazon. The second thing that we're going to take a look at in your attic is going to be the furnace. Now the first thing I'll point out is this little gas shutoff valve. So that is the last of the gas appliances with a shutoff valve that you'll have. Now what we want to take a look at with the HVAC system is where your emergency shutoff is. It's pretty easy to know where it's located just because one door is going to be taped shut or one door is not. So we'll go ahead and open that door up. And located right here, it says pretty clearly on and off, that is your emergency shutoff switch for the HVAC system. The only scenario in which you would ever need to engage that switch is if you see water coming out of the secondary condensate line in your garage. We put it there so that it will be visible to you. If water ever comes out, you will see it whenever you're pulling into your garage and know that you need to engage this switch. We do have a moisture sensor down here that is meant to cut this unit off automatically if that does happen. But if that doesn't work, the water will be diverted right there and you'll know to cut it off. We have all these measures in place just to make sure that you never have water damage due to an HVAC issue in your attic. Next outside we have your main gas shutoff. So we've gone over each of the interior shutoffs inside your home, but there is one main gas shutoff out by the meter, same as there would be on your water meter. This is going to be located right down here. In order to shut that off, you'll just turn it until the circles line up on the pipe and on the valve right here. Last up, we have your plumbing cleanouts. These are going to be located on the exterior of the home, usually in the front, in or around the flower bed, or behind the home close to the back patio. There's going to be 3 pipes here. The first one is going to be the cleanout access going towards your home. The second over here is going to be the cleanout access going towards the city's main sewer line. And in the middle right here we have your backflow preventer. This prevents any backup on the city's end from pushing water into your home. Nothing you should ever have to access here as the homeowner. This is where you're going to want to direct plumbers to should you experience a plumbing issue.